There's nothing UAE residents need and want more than, rain, I guess, falafels, and a functional WhatsApp calls. So currently phone calls via voice over internet protocol, VoIP services, are banned in the country, and expats must use free and legal apps such as Botem to make internet phone calls. So Skype, Zoom and Google Meets are also available for users, like for smooth remote learning and work navigation.
So you have those options. Licensed service providers in the UAE are obliged to block the traffic of VoIP applications that are not in compliance, as it falls under the prohibited content category of illegal communication services. And while there have been ongoing conversations regarding lifting of the ban, nothing concrete has ever come to the fore, but this actually does work in some cases.
Yeah, so however, tourists in Dubai are able to make WhatsApp calls to overseas countries. Now, if you have an international number not registered under any UAE network operators, then you best believe that WhatsApp calls will work for you. And if you have not yet changed your SIM card to that of a local one, then you can test this out yourself. And users can only make WhatsApp calls to overseas countries where the service is functional. However, users cannot make WhatsApp calls to local numbers.
So it can work for you, but there are many buts. We also have an update from back in 2019. So well-known personalities in the UAE have long initiated conversations around the lifting of the ban on VoIP, which would improve, they say, to improve the life of residents and investors. Now, the UAE's Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, TRA, they maintain that VoIP services are still a prerogative of the licensed providers, who reserve the right to provide such services through their network. So TDRA, at its sole discretion, may provide a VoIP exemption approval to allow VoIP applications in the UAE, taking into consideration the users and market demands and needs. So we've seen that, and that's why we do have these amazing free services such as Botem, which, by the way, I'd thoroughly recommend. It's in terms of the thing with this WhatsApp call is that you try it, and sometimes it's a mixed bag of responses. I think some people are finding it easy. Some people, the connection is a little bit shaky. But if you want a very fast, reliable service, I would just get onto Botem. But that's as a resident. But tourists can get onto
WhatsApp calls, and that's like we said with TRA and their regulations, that's exactly how at the Expo 2020 Dubai site it was pardoned, right? Like for them, they saw the need, they saw the urge, they're like, okay, that is where we're going to have like a very dense tourist, it's going to be a very dense tourist attraction. So it's just going to benefit like so many factors if we enable WhatsApp calls there. So hence it was enabled, and I think it's still pretty much like functional WhatsApp calls in that area. But like Casey said, like Botem is just a very easy service to get into, and you can just make international calls with that.
Exactly. And then this update about the fact that it can work for tourists is amazing for all the people. Gulf Food is one of the biggest B2B, it's the biggest B2B food event in the world. So you have thousands of people coming in. It's growing year on year. So the fact that they're able to access free calls is amazing.